Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode number 6 of Rimworld. Uh, we have just returned from episode 5, in which there was not a ton to be seen, average everyday stuff. As you can see now, I have actually gone through and expanded the home area. I meant to do that actually between episodes 4 and 5, and then promptly forgot about it as soon as I wrapped up episode 4. So, the only real thing that does, making the home area the whole thing, is that it gives me a pop-up every time there's a fire, and it means that they will actually go and destroy any fire on the map, as well as keeping it clean everywhere instead of only around the buildings. I do that because taking out fires means that I can't lose like an entire section of the map, which means that the grazing animals will stay where they are instead of pushing towards my base where all of the grass still is, and then destroying all of my crops. Selfish, yes, but it works pretty well anyway. Nash here is on our way to go and hunt a tortoise. So we're gonna go away before the shooting starts too much. Alright, well, everything is running about as smoothly as I can make it right this second. Before you go do that, can you just refuel the stove? I'd like Emily to be able to continue to cook. Are you running? That Nash was almost attacked by a tortoise. Nash and Tristan both did develop immunity to that malaria, which is quite nice because it means they will never contract it again, as far as I understand it. It should just slowly deteriorate back down to 0% malaria, and they don't lose that malaria immunity. Everybody else, of course, is still about as they were. Emily will get a little bit of cooking done. If one meal there. Like a tortoise for hunt. Need Colin's beds. We can do. Nobody needs a bed right now for pickle stuff. I'm tripping over my own words here. Yeah. That'll be about as it'll be. Christian's getting some work done here. Planting all these strawberries. It was quite nice. Jet's gonna come help him out. Strawberries are great because they produce, obviously, food, but you don't have to cook the food necessarily, so you can eat it raw if you need to. Just a nice thing to be able to do on occasion. And because of how much of this is rich soil, these should grow pretty quickly. 124% growth rate versus the 100% growth rate on the normal grass. Tristan walked up, hit the rock once, and walked away. Sometimes these guys are humorous to me. Nash is digging away now a little bit. The nice thing is that because of how much they've already dug out, they're actually developing a decent amount of skill. Level 4 for these two and level 11 for that for Emily. And Jet's at a level 4 as well, which we're just gonna go ahead and make it so she can mine if she feels the need. But for the most part, they're just gonna go ahead and brew through it a little bit. If I were playing in a non-recorded series, I would actually be using debug mode, which gives you access to a 4th speed after speed 3. But with this series, I don't want to use debug mode at all, because it also lets you do a ton of cheaty stuff that really shouldn't be able to happen. Like, Emily's working on another travelware. Nice. Almost done with it, in fact. whenever somebody runs out of clothing to wear. Like it'll probably be Nash actually with that 86% shirt and 88% pants. Emily's clothes are a little bit higher, and Tristan, of course, as a male, won't care about having a lack of shirt. As long as he has pants, he's gonna be fine. They're gonna keep digging away. I think while they do that, honestly, best thing for us to do to plan out more of this. I think borders. We go with a big 10 by 24. 4 and 4, 8 with a 2 lock. 12 by 24. Be okay. And do a 12 by 12 kitchen and by 11 freezer area, which I might even subdivide into 2 and do like a meats freezer and a. Or I'll do a. Hold on. Cancel all. Cancel this. Because I'm going to want that I'm tripping over. Well, right there, I'll keep corpses in it. Give me 12 here for meats and stuff. 8 by 14, perfectly fine size for a kitchen. That I can use for something, I'm sure. Still have plenty of space for a 12 by 24 there. Christian and Nash have decided to hook up, which is fine. But it does mean that I need to furniture, full bed, install that bed, double bed. Yeah, just build it outside for now. Yeah, okay. This is our best Christian. First of all, move the bed. And then second, do that. Even though I know Jet was going to do it, Tristan has a higher construction rating, and so he will actually potentially make a better bed. He made a good bed. Good bed, of course, is simply nicer. Go ahead and set the owners to this to be Tristan. Now they have a bed. Nice, because if we check their needs, they prefer to sleep in the same bed. Just make them a little bit happier. Doing up here. By 8. 4 by 8. I'm actually going to send it into one of those. Could be nice. A 24 by 10 with an opening there. Turn that into a sort of a production facility. Might even extend it into here and maybe even down a little bit if we need to. For now, that'll be okay. Do bedrooms all up inside of here. It's fine, because they don't actually need to be that close, they can all walk anyway. We is like the least useful out of everybody. Nash. Do that. Do that, that. For any of that. Focus on hauling and cleaning. That way we can get everything squared away a little bit. Particularly you want to have somebody on cleaning because like right now, the cleanliness in here is negative 0.44 or 4.42, and a score that low is going to mean that the food that is being made is going to be just, you know, rot with disease and whatnot, basically, so people are going to get food poisoning more often. And food poisoning can be debilitating sometimes. So, it is just digging away there in his little tunnel. Not going to gain experience particularly fast because he doesn't actually like to dig, but he'll dig anyway. Strawberry plants are getting there, about halfway grown. Hopefully by the end of the episode they will also be grown. You never really know for sure. Gonna go ahead and sleep for the night. And sleeping. And set it to prisoner. That'll be. So this one a prisoner. No. That way they can't be assigned to owners because they're set to medical. You will actually share the bed the way they're supposed to. Will make them happier. Both because eventually that'll actually be a positive buff, but also just because it won't say that they didn't get to. Not gonna show it yet though. Significant trade bonus, or trade price bonus increase. But of course that's pretty much useless because we don't have anybody to trade with right now. And as such, can't do much. Nash is just going to keep hauling everything to the stockpiles that it belongs in, which is great. Because that way generally will be faster. You know, she's just going to start grabbing rocks and taking them out. Actually means I like to go hauling by one, and I want you to clean first. Go around and clean up everything, which is great. Dealing with the puke. As cleaning the dirt in here. I feel like the two most important places to keep clean is the kitchen and the bedrooms. Look now. Just barely dirty. Can make it sterile with sterile tiles. Do that now. Can't do that now. 15 silver and 3 steel. Okay. What days am I gonna want? Lead 2 medical and 2 regular medical, a medical for a prisoner, and 2 prisoner beds? Works for me. So 3 back 5. Here on the edge. Okay. Effect lowers. General type. 2 for sure. Now he's gonna go ahead and fill in with some steel. Get a decent amount of it, and go back to sowing more seeds of rice. It's okay. Nash is somewhere, just cleaning the wilderness. The unfortunate thing to having somebody set to clean and having the whole map set to your home area, or people will only clean the area inside the home area, but they don't actually care about which is closest to the base. So that's a thing. Now she wound up all the way down here, but if you look, this is still unclean. It's starting to get clean. You can tell because there isn't this little speck ground. They look a bit like teeny tiny rocks on the dirt. I actually call it rock rubble. So that's a thing. Our plants are 80% grown now. On the rich soil, at least. Flooring is starting to get built, which is great. And of course, we sit through the night again. Doors. Hopefully a door here and a door here. That works for me. Do a door that. The door. Make that a thing so we can take leather in here. Put a stockpile of leather back in the back there. Or go with the one here. Pretty good. Nash is our trader. Trade with these people. See what they've got. Food and rice and clothing. The limestone billiards table for $7. Don't really need anything that they're selling at the moment. We don't need any of that. The only thing I would really potentially buy is a nice weapon. Since we don't need any weapons at the moment at least. I think we're okay. We're gonna set you back to hauling as your primary priority. Prioritize hauling the rice. Refuel. 90% of the way there on the strawberry plants. But I think that's gonna have to wait for the next episode. So, as always, thank you everybody for watching. I will see you next time in episode number 7. Here in episode 6, we got a little bit further. Planned out all of that, obviously. Sort of progressed another day or so through the game. A couple days, I don't remember now. Did a little progression, did a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Should be good to go. I think we're in a good spot. We've overcome that obstacle that was in our way with the disease and the lack of food. I think we're good. See you on the next one. Adios.